Hey, Mom. Thanks for the other day. Sandra was really happy too.
Oh, honey, it was my pleasure. It's been 5 years since you started dating Sandra, and we've never had the opportunity to get to know each other. I was very glad to be able to chat with her.
Sandra was saying the same thing. Finally engaged. I actually don't feel any different.
It's not like you're married yet. You'll feel it when you feel it. My little Robbie, all grown up and engaged. I feel so blessed.
I'm pushing 30, Mom. Pretty common age to be getting married.
You know, I was actually worried. You never showed much interest in girls until you met Sandra. A shy boy like you getting engaged to a gorgeous girl like Sandra. You can't help but feel blessed.
I know she's out of my league, Mom. I still don't know why she agreed to marry me.
She seems so sweet and cheery. Take good care of her. I had a difficult life raising you on my own after your father walked out on us. Don't make her go through what I did.
I know, Mom. I grew up watching you struggling to raise me. I'll never do that to Sandra.
I'm proud of you, son. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Stop, Mom. You're embarrassing me.
Sorry, honey. It just brought up a lot of memories. Getting a little emotional.
Cut it out, Mom. Save those tears for the wedding, all right? We're still only engaged.
You're right. I'm going to be a crying mess during your wedding. I better buy some waterproof makeup.
That's what you're worried about?
Oh, speaking of worried, I wonder if it just didn't cross her mind. I was a little surprised.
When we had lunch? Did something happen?
You and Sandra got to the restaurant, and I got there a little later, remember? She didn't stand up to greet me when I got to the table.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Sandra is a little ditzy like that. I was surprised too.
Sandra's still young. I suppose I'm being too critical of her. But she should be careful. There may be times in polite company when it would make a bad impression.
That's true. My boss might be coming to the wedding. I'll talk to her about it.
Thank you, Robbie. I just felt like I'd sound like a nag.
I don't think Sandra would mind.
I mind. And even if Sandra doesn't show it, she might not feel too good about it.
Is that how it is?
That's how it is. I wouldn't feel very comfortable talking to her about something like this now. I haven't really had the chance to get to know her yet, after all. I'm sure things will be different when we become closer.
I'm sure you're right. If there's anything, let me know. I'll talk to Sandra.
Thank you, Robbie. Love you. Hey, Kim. Thank you for lunch today. It was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm so happy we've gotten so close. It's all thanks to you. Aw, Kim. That's so sweet of you. I just really wanted to have a good relationship with you. I'm only reaching out. Actually, I was a little worried I was messaging you too much. Don't be silly, Sandra. You taking initiative is why we've grown closer. I love our lunch dates. That's so nice to hear. You know, I was a little intimidated before. We hadn't really had the opportunity to talk much before Robert and I got engaged. Oh no. Did I come off as intimidating? Maybe just a little. I wonder what it is about me. Is it my face? I'm kidding! See, we can actually joke around now. I'm so glad you're going to be my mother-in-law. Well, I'm so glad you're going to be my daughter-in-law. But this is getting a little mushy, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just glad we're comfortable enough to joke with each other. We'll be family once Robert and I get married, after all. I hear about families where the mother-in-law bullies the wife. I want to be on good terms with the hubby's family. I agree. I wouldn't want to be on bad terms with my daughter-in-law either. We're going to be in each other's lives for a long time. Right! Great. So, I've wanted to talk to you about something for a little while now. Since we've gotten so close, I think maybe now would be the right time to ask you about it. Do you mind? Go ahead. Kim, we're practically family. Ask away. I suppose it kind of depends on the person how they would feel. So I wasn't sure I should ask directly. Sandra, you're working, right? Yes, I am. I work in sales, so it gets a little crazy sometimes. But I enjoy it. Why do you ask? What are you doing with your income now? You live with Robert. Do you combine your finances? No, we split our bills and each pay out of our income, and the rest is up to us. Do you have savings to pay for the wedding? Robert said he'll pay for the wedding out of his savings, so I don't need to save for it. But you could if you wanted, right? You do have money you can use freely? You're not having any financial problems. Not really. This is pretty random. Did something happen? Did Robert say something? No, nothing like that. It's just that we've been out to lunch a few times now, and I've never seen you take out your wallet. What? But you always pay for our lunch. Why would I need my wallet? I am older than you, and I'll treat you when I can. But this is a little different. You're the one that asked me out to lunch, right? That's true. I'm always the one that asks you. Then, regardless of if you actually pay or not, you should be prepared to pay, don't you think? I'm not a millionaire. There are days when I can't pay for it. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll reschedule if you can't pay. Just let me know. That's not what I'm trying to say. Another thing, you're late to our meetups a lot. How do you feel about that? Huh? Are you giving me a lecture? I don't mean to lecture. I just think that as an adult, that kind of thing is important, don't you? Kimberly, don't do that. We're going to be family, remember? Don't be nitpicking at such small things, please. I know, but you're not married yet. They do say a hedge between keeps friendship green. There needs to be some degree of respect in our relationships. That may be true, but I don't need a lecture from you. Actually, this isn't a lecture. It's bullying. Do you enjoy bullying your daughter-in-law? Bullying? I'm not bullying you. But I felt bullied. In a lot of cases, the bully doesn't even notice they're doing it. If the victim, me, feels bullied, then it's bullying. I'm just saying that you need to be a responsible adult. You're going to get yourself into trouble if you keep acting like this. You're still young. Don't you want to fix your bad habits while you can? I just wanted to get along with you. I didn't think you were going to turn out like this. I'm a little disappointed, Kimberly. I wanted to get along with you too, Sandra. You understand this behavior can't continue. It's for your own good. For my own good? That's exactly what a bully would say. You know, I was even thinking of letting you move in with Robert and me, but I guess that's not going to happen. I can't imagine how stressful it would be living with a bully. I feel bad for Robert, but I guess we'll have to make other arrangements. That sounds like a threat. Or was this your plan all along? My plan? I don't know what you mean. Anyway, I'm going to talk to Robert about this. He's going to be really surprised when he finds out. His mom's the type of person who would bully her daughter-in-law. I see. That's too bad. Yeah, so don't do that to me ever again, okay? Then I'll reconsider you moving in with us. If you're nice. Robbie! You won't believe what your mom did to me!
What's the matter? I thought you went out to lunch together. Did Mom say something to you?
Yeah. I didn't think she was the kind of person who would do something like that. I was shook, you know?
What's going on? Mom is pretty careful with her words. She's usually really friendly but courteous. I can't imagine her offending you.
I thought so too, but she suddenly snapped at me today. I felt so attacked. I was so scared I couldn't say anything.
She snapped? What did she say?
I was a minute late for our lunch date today. Just 1 minute! She flipped out!
Over 1 minute? I know my mom is pretty strict, but I can't imagine her getting mad over something that trivial.
Oh, and another thing! I forgot my wallet today by accident. She told me I should be ashamed of myself for expecting to eat for free. I don't know what to do.
She did mention she was concerned with your behavior. Maybe she was already a little sensitive. You're sure you didn't do anything else?
I didn't do anything. Besides, how would I know if she didn't tell me? Why would you ask me that, Robert? You're going to take your mother's side over me?
That's not what I'm saying. I just can't picture Mom getting so upset over little things like that. That's all.
She really snapped at me, Robbie. Maybe she doesn't like me, and she's doing it on purpose. I just wanted to have a good relationship with my mother-in-law. What's going to happen after we get married?
I don't think she dislikes you, Sandra. I am concerned about Mom's attitude towards you, though. I'll talk to her about it, okay?
What? Talk?
Yeah. You don't want to leave things like this, do you? And if my mom is in the wrong, I'd like to figure out what the problem is. Maybe you should put some distance between you two for a little while. So I'll talk to her for you.
You don't need to do that. Don't worry about it. I just wanted you to listen, you know?
Are you sure? I don't want you to bottle up your feelings. If it's my feelings you're worried about, don't be.
I don't want things to get awkward between you two by you talking to her about this. She's your only family. I don't want to be the reason you two have a falling out.
You felt attacked, right? She's going to be your mother-in-law. You need to tell her if it bothered you.
I don't want to feel like a tattletale. I'll try to figure things out with Kimberly. Don't worry about it, okay, Robbie? I'll ask for your help if I need it. How's that?
If that's what you want, I'm fine with it. But promise me you'll tell me if anything happens. I'm always on your side.
Thanks, hubby.
Alright, I'm gonna head back home now. Sorry about all that trouble with Mom.
Hi, Sandra. Is now a good time? I'd like to talk about yesterday. Talk? You mean you want to bully me again? You're so aggro. I'm scared. Don't bully me, please. We're going to be family. I'm afraid you're mistaken. We're not going to be family. Because you won't be marrying my son. Huh? What do you mean I'm not marrying Robert? Oh, is this because of yesterday? You're trying to get back at me somehow? You're so petty! Your engagement to Robert has been cancelled. He won't be marrying you. So I'm never going to be your mother-in-law. There's no qualms now, sharing how we really feel, don't you think? Engagement cancelled? What are you saying? I haven't heard anything about that. There's no way Robert would do that to me. I told Robert all about our conversation yesterday. He was very surprised, saying your version of events was totally different. One thing led to another, and he decided it would be best to break off the engagement. Huh? Are you serious? Nobody's going to break off an engagement because of something so irrelevant. Of course it's serious. Why else would I be telling you this? Jeez. But he told me he was on my side yesterday. There's no way he would change his mind overnight like that. Just from one conversation with you? Your side of the story left out a lot of information. Everything you said was to make me out to be a bully. I was bullied. I felt so that's what it is. That was definitely bullying. If it was actually bullying, I don't think Robert would be this upset with you. It's not a light decision to break off an engagement. It's quite a big deal. Doesn't that show that your claim doesn't mean anything? You must have made up some lie to get Rob on your side. Or else this would never happen. Lie? It's a fact that you expect me to pay for you and try to threaten me with a place to live. If you're acting like this while you're still only engaged, who knows what you'll do when you get married? I think Robbie made the right decision. I don't accept. It took me 5 long years of dating to get this far with Robert. I've had to give up other guys along the way. There's no way I'm losing my cash cow this close to the goal.
Other guys? Were you cheating on him?
What if I was? I'm betting my entire future on choosing the right guy. How am I supposed to spend 5 years only investing in one guy?
Oh dear. You're confessing to me? Now? Don't you see you're making things worse for yourself?
Whatever, Kimberly. I didn't cheat, okay? It's none of your business. Anyway, I'm going to talk to Robert and get him to forget about this whole thing.
Aren't you listening? This was Robert's decision. Do you think he's going to change his mind that easily?
I'm Robert's first ever girlfriend, much less fiancé. I have him wrapped around my little finger. I'll just talk to him a little and we'll be fine.
Oh, I see. Then go ahead. Talk to him. I doubt he's interested in talking, though. Since it's become obvious you're an underhanded manipulator.
If Robert was that astute, he would have noticed me cheating back then. Don't you know love is blind? What your love says is more important to you than what your parents say. I'll be waiting for your apology. Hey, babe. Your mom said that you're breaking off the engagement. You wouldn't do that to me, right? You told me you're on my side. I'm sure it's all lies Kimberly made up.
No, it's all true. I just talked to your parents about it, too. It's official.
You talked to my parents? You haven't believed Kimberly's lies, have you? You don't believe her over me, right?
Mom isn't lying, so it's not about believing her over you. You're the one that's lying. Just admit it.
Why would you say that to me? I've never lied to you in my life.
Just stop it, okay? I saw your conversation with Mom. It's creepy hearing you talk like this after reading those messages.
Huh? What do you mean you saw?
I saw it. Mom showed me the whole conversation. I know all about what you think of me, and what you did behind my back. Oh, your parents know all about it too.
You showed my parents?
It was to explain my decision. Your parents apologized over and over. You're such a disappointment as a daughter.
So my parents were just apologizing? They didn't say anything else. Were they mad?
Of course they were mad. And appalled. They said they were so worried you'll never be able to have a happy family. They're so sorry for everything. I was embarrassed for them.
Huh? So I'm trash now? Your bland ass couldn't get a date when I met you. I let you be my boyfriend. You should be more grateful.
Sorry I'm so bland. But you're still a scumbag user, in my view.
So what? You think marriage is just about love? Don't be so naive, Robert. You sound stupid.
Maybe. But I don't think anything good's going to come out of a marriage with no love. I don't want a marriage like that.
You're talking big now. But you're going to regret it later when no one else will marry you. If you miss this chance, you're never going to get married.
So what?
So you should marry me. Your mother raised you on her own. Don't you think she wants you to settle down and have a family? Let's do it. We can have a little family of our own.
You're the one who played games and tried to manipulate me against my mother. What kind of married life would that be? I'd rather be a bachelor for the rest of my life. Go marry someone else if you want to get married that bad.
Gross. I had a feeling, but you're a total mama's boy. Loser.
Fine. I don't care what you think of me anymore, Sandra. Besides, you don't want to marry a gross mama's boy loser, right? Glad it all worked out.
That's fine. I can get another guy, no problem. You can F off. I'll just go marry someone else and live happily ever after. Have fun being a loser bachelor all your life.
Sandra? Maybe you didn't understand. I don't think you're going to live happily ever after.
I'll have no problem finding a guy to marry. Unlike you, a loser mama's boy. It's easy breezy.
Sandra, your parents disowned you. On top of that, you're responsible for the full amount of all the wedding costs I've paid. That might be a hard pill to swallow for your future hubby.
What do you mean they disowned me? The wedding fees? What's going on here?
It's to be expected after something like this. Your parents said they'll give me the money for now, but they said they're going to get you to reimburse them. And once you're done paying them back, they're done with you.
Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to get my happily ever after?
That's what I'm saying. You should listen to people when they talk to you. It's basic manners.
What am I going to do? I don't have that much money. So I'm going to lose my engagement and lose money? My life is over!
Don't give up. You can get a guy easy breezy, right? Unlike me. So go get that happily ever after. After paying all that money back, of course.
After that, Robert and Sandra finalized their disengagement, with Sandra's parents' cooperation. Due to the length of the relationship and the fact that Sandra had committed adultery, Sandra's parents agreed to give Robert a little extra compensation for emotional distress, in addition to the reimbursement of wedding fees. As promised, Sandra's parents fronted all the money and Sandra is now paying back her parents. It's understood that they'll be cutting ties with their daughter as soon as she is done paying them back. Robert and Sandra's mutual friends all heard about what Sandra did and stopped talking to her. Having lost her family and friends, Sandra now has a lonely life working and saving money for the monthly payments to her parents. And Robert married a different woman a few years later. His current wife is absolutely lovely, and they get along brilliantly with each other as well as with me. I'm going to be moving in with them soon. I intend on giving them lots of space and keep supporting them however I can.